Hello and welcome to the greatest football show ever devised. That's right, it's Football Face-Off. And I am Jurgen Klopp's bastard son presenting. Times are hard for me. He doesn't recognise me as a legitimate child. That's why I'm doing this. And this week we're going to be talking about the worst transfers of the summer. Who are you arguing for, Pato?
I'm going to be talking about Gonzalo Higuain.
It's a brave choice.
Thank you.
And you, Joe?
For some reason, I've selected Andre Ayew to West Ham. I can't remember when I did it, but...
A strange choice. Now, I've been getting a lot of blowback about favouring Pato over Joe. And like
Rightly
all
so.
good referees, I'm going to look to even that up this week. So
Disgusting.
watch yourself.
No beard.
And to kick things off, it's the 32nd round. Pato, you're going first, mate, because you lost.
Great.
Loser.
Very
So
clear.
30 seconds on why Higuain is the worst signing of the summer. Good luck. It goes now.
Look, we love Higuain. There's no doubt he'll be very, very good at Juventus. But this guy is 28 and he's going to decline soon. He costs 94 million euros. That makes him the fourth most expensive player of all time.
Perfect.
Now, he probably guarantees a Serie A win, but let's be honest, Juventus were going to win Serie A anyway.
Ooh.
So this move only really works out if they win the Champions League, and that's a big ask even for a player as good as Higuain. It's a waste of money.
Oh, waste of money.
Give him abuse, Juventus, non-Juventus fans.
Don't
Give him
me
abuse.
Everyone give him abuse.
Had enough abuse.
He's had enough abuse. So now it's your 30 seconds on why Andre Ayew is the worst signing of the summer. Here we go.
Right, Andre Ayew is the worst signing of the summer in my opinion because he is a world record transfer for West Ham United. He was their third or fourth choice striker. They spunked the rest of the targets on Twitter. Lacazette failed, Batshuayi failed. They completely fucked up, had to turn to a winger, come centre attacking mid, come striker, paid £20 million for him, and now he's injured for 4 months. Pathetic from the Pawn brothers that are in charge of your club.
Ooh, almost a personal insult there to the West Ham
Pawn
fans.
brothers.
Yeah,
The
made
Pawn
their money
brothers.
in porn.
I understand that. They're not brothers though.
No, they're not.
No, they're
But
not.
they're both called David.
Let's be
Okay, so that's the end of the 32nd round. It was expensive argument versus expensive argument. But who was the least value for money? You decide at home, vote in the top right, and let us know who won. And now straight on to the second round, lads, the challenge round. And the challenge being, as always, answering a question. I know, not really a challenge, Pato mocked it, and he's right to do so. So what is your question for Joe, Pato?
Andre Ayew played for a terrible Swansea team last year. Why shouldn't we expect his numbers to get better at a better team?
45 seconds, Joe, on answering that question.
Were Swansea really that terrible last season? I'm not convinced. They still managed to finish 12th in the Premier League. That's pretty respectable. Also, Andre Ayew doesn't completely solve their main issue, which is a striker problem. He was played out on the wing for Swansea, he was played in attacking mid for Swansea, he was played out front for Swansea, so not that impressive. Also, I come back to the fact that he was like their fourth choice target, and they had to overspend to get him. Swansea were perfectly happy to let go of him for £20 million. He's pretty unimpressive. And when your son, if you're the owner and your son is tweeting transfer rumours out every single day and you end up getting Andre Ayew, it's no wonder. It's a shit signing, 4 months out. I've got nothing else to say. I don't know why I picked Andre Ayew.
Good honesty. Honesty. Largely the 30 seconds we had earlier, but I like the passion there, mate.
Well, I don't know why I picked him, so vote for me anyway.
And you are right about Jack Sullivan. He is a dickhead.
Consensus. Okay, and now, Joe, it's your question for Pato. So what
right.
is it, mate? Have you thought of a question? You thought that far ahead?
I'm looking at it now.
Make one up right now as we speak.
Juventus have bucket loads of money after the Paul Pogba sale. Why not spend it on the league striker who scored 36 goals in 35 games last year?
45 seconds. Off you go, mate.
Look, he's 28. Whilst he scored a lot
young.
of goals last year, not young at all, that's bad. He's going to decline over the next couple of years, and it gives Napoli a huge amount of money to spend. Juve are basically gambling that Napoli are going to spend that money badly. Essentially, they traded Pogba for Higuain plus like 15 million, and given that Juve outscored all but 2 Serie A teams last season, did they really need this player? If it's to win the Champions League, they're still underdogs. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are better. And look, whilst I'm not necessarily in a position to call people out for being fat, Higuain did come back carrying a little bit of timber. That's not the act of a professional.
10 seconds
Here
early.
comes the yellow card. Here it
Yeah,
comes.
I played the
Finally, it's a fucking disgrace you had to wait for that. I've been out
that's
like
a
an
yellow
absolute
card.
What do you mean?
That's a yellow card.
Yellow card. Don't question my decision, mate. That's 2 yellows normally. Don't want to send you off with 1 round to go, though. That would be anticlimactic.
Feel
Go on
free.
then.
I'm not scared of it at
Come
all.
on then.
I'll save it.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
All right.
Shat his pants. That's a straight red. That's a straight red.
Get him off!
Andrew,
Go!
Andrew,
Who the f is Andrew?
Andrew Ayew's going to win now, mate.
I don't care.
I would have been banned for that comment.
No, you wouldn't. Last week you called him a.
You look like Bricktop.
What do you mean? Well, you can get out as well then. I'll just finish it. You two can get out. I'll finish it off. I'll finish this off. I'll finish it off. There's only 2 rounds this week.
I'm going to finish himself.
You can go home as well. You can go home. I've invited them back with all of the little chat. They've decided to calm down. Look at him. Penance. And there'll be no bonus for the second round this week because they're both a pair of c***s. But if you thought someone deserved to win, vote in the corner. I couldn't give a shit. They both got sent off. They're both losers. Stay in school. Now it's time for the final round. As always, it's the fan question. Bit of a change up pace this week because you are going to tell me what the fans have been sending in, lads. Yeah, so what are the fans and their names? Don't forget. That's how we know who sent it in. What is the question to Patrick?
So the question to Patrick comes from Jonathan Joseph 01, who says, since 2008, Gonzalo Higuain has scored more than 20 in 6 out of 8 seasons. You just can't criticise that, can you?
You can't criticise it.
Great question, Jonathan.
It's a very good question. Here's 45 seconds of criticism coming up.
I don't want to criticise that, actually. I don't want to talk about the player that he used to be. I want to talk about the player he's going to be for Juventus. Shut the f*** up.
Whoa.
Fucking farmyard animal.
What is this? Well, that was going to be a yellow, but let's do this. Bang, bang, bang. F*** off. Okay, we've had another little chat and we've decided to come together in harmony to actually finish a show together for once. On the same side, ultimately. It is Football Daily. So, Patrick, 45 seconds on the same question. Starting again. Hold on, how does this work? Wait for it. And you're off.
Thanks, Bab. Thanks for having me back as well.
It's okay.
Look, I don't want to criticise the player that Higuain was. He's obviously been a fantastic player. But I want to talk about the player that he's going to be. As I said, he's 28. Strikers don't tend to produce that much more beyond that age. They tend to go into decline. And look, they didn't really need him. Like I said, they scored like 75 goals last season. They had a goal difference of plus 55. Does this make them better than Barcelona? Does it make them better than Bayern Munich? Not really. They're not going to go and win the Champions League. They were going to win Serie A anyway. I'm afraid, guys, that this move has just been a big waste of money. And maybe if they hadn't gone for him, they could have made a bigger offer and tried to keep Paul Pogba. Who knows? They could have done something like that and he wouldn't have had to go to Man United.
And that's it.
Great non-answer.
Whoa.
My good friend Joe Tomlinson is a supporter of Man United.
Great non-answer, Patrick. Great non-answer.
What's the point of having the clock? And now, Pato, what have you got for Joe? From the audience, of course.
From the audience.
Of course.
Yep. It says, is 20 million really that much for 12 goals and 2 assists? That's Rojo money.
Rojo money.
That comes from Earthworm Tim.
Oh, I like it. Very good.
Yeah.
That's my favourite name so far. Okay, 45 seconds. That's Rojo money. Off you go.
Well, Rojo has also been diabolical, so it's not a great comparison because he's going to be as bad as Marcos Rojo at West Ham. He might have scored 20 goals last season. He didn't. He scored 12. Shocking stats from me. However, he might have scored 12 goals, but most of them came in the first half of the season when he was on form. As soon as that purple patch dropped, he was absolute bush. Believe me, he'll be no good at Swansea when he's when he's playing at West Ham. I've all gone to shit. Believe me, somebody vote for me in the comments, please.
And that's the end of that. So really, we don't really have a debate, do we, lads? But I've learned a new phrase: absolute bush. So that's the end of the show. Who won? You decide at home. Was it Pato?
No.
Ill-disciplined?
Barely.
Or was it Joe?
Of course it was.
Great
Obviously
arguments
not.
this week.
Disqualified.
Really strong, well-made arguments.
That
throughout.
is disgusting.
Throughout the whole show.
That is
so don't forget
flattered.
to vote, and we'll see you next week. See you in a bit. Wave. Wave. Okay, enough waving. We forgot to do the end boards. What should they do after this?
They should head over to Euro Football Daily and check out Transfer Review, Euro Roundup, and tons of our great top 10s.
It's great stuff. Or what's the alternative, Joe?
Just stay right here on Football Daily. Click the subscribe button below. There's loads more of this quality content.
It's all good.
In the hood.
Any pickups? All of it? The whole thing again?